I have the rare privilege to introduce a man who naturally, I may not count myself fit to untie the lace of his shoes. A man who is a gift to nature, gift to Africa, gift to the world. A man who is blessed with a gift of never grow old. Ever since I started seeing this man, he's the same way. And I'm seeing him today, he's the same way. A man who can simply be described as a leopard. You know when they say the gentle strides of a leopard is not a sign of cowardice. Because you see him moving calmly, articulate, coordinated. A man who, when he speaks, the high and mighty are busy with their pen and jotter. A man whom presidents, world leaders struggle for autograph. Ladies and gentlemen, a Pan-Africanist, an African scholar, a professor of professors. Who am I talking about? Professor PLO Lumumba. Please, if your hands are busy, can you stand up in a stand ovation and welcome this gift to the world? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me start by recognizing the chair of this occasion in absentia, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, represented here by his dear wife, Mama Alice Obasanjo. Permit me also to recognize the founder of NRI, Professor Clinton Brown Obiakpe, who is present with us here. Permit me also to acknowledge members of the NRI board who have served with him diligently in the last 2 years. Permit me also to recognize the traditional rulers who are here present, as well as senior government officials, academics, and the thespians from Nollywood who have succeeded in creating a movement that is affecting and infecting Africa effectively. Permit me also to recognize those of you who have served under NRI and continue to do so. I am glad to be here on this occasion. I remember 1 year ago, my good brother, Professor Clinton, invited me to be present at an assembly when NRI was celebrating her first anniversary. But I could not participate as effectively as I thought I would because technology conspired against us. Today, we have conspired against technology and we are present here in person. Today, I'm happy to be present at an event where we do not agonize about Africa, but we celebrate Africa. Many of you will remember that this continent is famous for many things. It is not mine to say what the continent is famous for. It is for historians to say so. But that notwithstanding, we must remember that we live in a continent which has, over the years, been attractive to other civilizations. In my younger days, I wondered why it is that the Arabs wanted to be in this continent. I wonder no more. In my younger days, I wondered why the Chinese wanted to be in this continent. I wonder no more. In my younger years, I wondered why the Europeans wanted to be in this continent. I wonder no more. I now know that they came here because this is the cradle of human civilization. You know, even if you allow yourself to be spiritual, I wonder why Christ, whom the Christians adore, came to this continent in his youth. I wonder no more. I wonder why the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, visited this continent. I wonder no more. Because this continent is the heart of human civilization. You know, I also wondered why all civilizations in the unsettled spirit were running around the world and claiming to discover things, and we were settled here, comfortable, and seeking no solace nor succor elsewhere. I wonder no more, because this is the home of all that we need. So they came here. They claimed they discovered Nigeria. So they came here, they claimed they discovered lakes. So they came here and they claimed they discovered us. We never discovered them because we are beyond discovery. We are beyond discovery because we have demonstrated times without number that we are a resilient people. And today we come here to remind ourselves that although over the years we have been victimized, we cannot continue to be victims any longer. We have come here courtesy of NRI to remind ourselves that we have the intellectual wherewithal to do things that will help us and amaze the world. We have come here to remind ourselves that within us we have the intellectual capacity to harness our resources and to make this continent great again. You know, I'm talking to you at a time when Africa is yearning for unity. And this desire for unity has been around because when they came, they divided us. So that today, as I talk to you, we are 54 countries. That is if you don't talk to the Moroccans about Sahara. So that why we sit here and we say we are Nigerians, it's because we were made Nigerian. We talk about Liberia, we talk about Togo, we talk about Benin, we talk about South Africa, we talk about Kenya, we talk about many countries. But today we have come here to remind ourselves that our continued disunity is not in our best interest. We have come here to remind ourselves, courtesy of NRI, that we can dissolve the boundaries that were artificially created. And I look forward to the day when, courtesy of NRI and other organizations of goodwill, we shall be able to move across this continent without any hindrance. I look forward to the day when, having set a company here in Abuja in Nigeria, you shall not need to set another one in Lomé in Togo. You shall not need to set another one in Nouakchott in Mauritania, or another one in Niamey in Niger, or another one in in Ouagadougou, in Burkina Faso, that the setting up of that factory will be an African factory that is capable of moving without free left hand. I look forward to the day when, courtesy of NRI, we shall be able to move across this continent and feed our people. You know, even when one says that we cannot agonize about Africa, we occasionally must, but we must never despair. Our continent is the second largest continent on earth.
Yes, sir.
Our continent has the second largest population of human beings on earth. Our continent is the richest continent on earth. Our continent is the youngest continent on earth. But ironically and paradoxically, we are the poorest continent on earth. The question that we must ask, why is it that we are poor? Is it because we do not have the capacity? Is it because we love poverty? The answer is no. Like all creatures of the Almighty God, we desire to live well. We desire to be, and it will be said of NRI, that is only 2 years of age. You will not believe it. You will not believe it because of the things that they have done within 2 years. And this, in my view, is a clear demonstration that when men and women are resolved to achieve what they desire, they cannot be stopped. So we are here to remind ourselves that when we are united for a purpose, we are truly unstoppable. We are unstoppable because those who seek in earnest never fail to find. And NRI is demonstrating to all of us who are in the business of doubting that it can be done. And they are motivated by the realization that our continent will only acquire her place at the table of human civilization as a true diner when we are healthy and satisfied. Today, our continent is not in such a position. When you look at the international configuration, oh, you our leaders, you are never at the table as diners because our continent is not healthy. Permit me to remind you, occasionally when you see the international community meeting, when there is the G20, our continent is not represented except for the photo opportunity. When there is G7, our continent is not represented. When we are the United Nations, one European country can veto all our votes. We cannot allow that to happen. We cannot allow ourselves to be the recipients from what other civilizations have done. I remember so very vividly and so very painfully when COVID-19 attacked the human race. I remember our politicians and our representatives in the Ministry of Health going yonder into the world with a begging vow. If they did not go to China, they went to Russia. If they did not go to Russia, they went to the United States of America. And if they did not go to the United States of America, they went to Germany. And if they did not go to Germany, they went to the United Kingdom. We were begging, but begging for what we can achieve. We must stop it. And we must stop it because it is only when we stop it that And that is why, once again, I'm happy to be in an assembly of Nature's Renaissance International, which is saying it can be stopped, but it will only be stopped if we are able to recognize that creating is a good thing, but sustainability is another thing. So today we have come here to celebrate 2 years of NRI. But I look forward to the day when this celebration will be done by generations yet to be born. Because it is only then that we can say with confidence that indeed we are successful. So we who are assembled here today, we have come here to make a solemn vow. I remember in the year 1982, that great African, that great Mozambican, Samora Moises Machel, asking his people and making a clarion call saying, "A luta continua, a luta continua, a luta continua." But then he said, "A luta continua, the struggle continues, but for what? For what are we struggling? We are struggling that we may be truly independent. Africa has had this struggle since she regained independence. I can hear great African leaders in 1963 talking about the African unity and saying that we shall only cure disease and hunger if we are united. But if we think that Africa is going to realize our potential when she continues as Nigeria, as Togo, as Benin, as Equatorial Guinea, as Gabon, we are deluding ourselves. If we delude ourselves that Africa is going to continue and to participate as a member of the international community, when if I want to buy an RI product, I use the American dollar, we are deluding ourselves. I look forward to the day, therefore, when our products moving out of Abuja in Nigeria will move into the continent, and during those days, there will be no Naira. During those days, there will be no Liberian dollar. During those days, there will be no Angolan kwanza. During those days, there will be only one currency called the Afro. I look forward to that day. I look forward to the day when one lady or a gentleman with NRI products moving from Lomé in Togo will be able to move to Windhoek in Namibia and over to Juba in South Sudan without a visa. I look forward to that day. I look forward to the day when you will not have all these organizations and all these countries with laws, so that when you cross the border over to Cameroon, there is a new set of laws dealing with herbal medicine. And when you cross over to Benin, there is a new set of rules. And when you cross over to Togo, there is a new set of rules. And when you cross over to Guinea-Bissau, a new set of rules. And you cross over to Chad, there is a new set of rules. I look forward to only one set of rules under the African Union. I look forward to that day. And I have no doubt in my mind that in this assembly there are men and women who have the capacity and the clout to ensure that that is achieved. Because if we don't achieve it, Africa is in danger again. You know, every time that I travel across my Africa, it is not lost on me that in every flight, and I do not begrudge them, they are young Chinese in age 20 and 25. They are young Lebanese. They are young Europeans. What happened before our colonization is happening again. And if we are not careful, the good work that we are doing may once again be torpedoed. So today, as we celebrate NRI, so today, as we come here to remind ourselves that it is only health and wealth that will constitute the mother's milk that will catapult us into the horizon of equality with other civilizations, we must take a solemn vow. We must take a solemn vow that Africa must and can be greater sooner rather than later. We must take a solemn vow that Africa can and must be greater now, because if we are not great now, our children and children's children will be enslaved once again. We must take a solemn vow that we must eat what we know. You know, Africa is the mother of all things. You know, Africa is the home of many things. You know, Africa is rich in many things. You know, Africa consumes a lot of goods. But you know, somehow, for a long time now, she has been persuaded to consume things that are not her own. You know, when her children are sick, they consume medication that is made by other civilizations. We only believe so because we are told. Because in many African countries, even our bureaus of standardization cannot tell apart one medicine from the other. You know, we remain a continent that when we want to take tea and coffee, we also take tea, whose raw material was taken away from our continent and taken to the United Kingdom, and then we consume it. You know, this is a continent where even our foods are taken away from us and is then trafficked in Europe and is brought down to us. You know, even when we want to drink water, we drink water that is made by Coca-Cola under the name Dasani. You know, that even we drink water from Switzerland under Nestle. You know, that even when we want to stay in a hotel, we stay in Hilton, which is a franchise from another organization. That is our state. And we must make a choice. NRI has made that choice. NRI has made the choice that going forward, we are going to consume that which we produce. NRI has made a choice that we have all that we need. It was not lost on me that there was a spiritual dimension to this gathering. When the Reverend Father came, he talked about God, and I know you remember when they said there is a balm in Gilead. I want to say that there is a balm in Nigeria. There is a balm in Africa. I heard it being said that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that for every disease that emerges, there is a tree that emerges. Indeed, there is in Africa. In fact, when historians tell me that the Garden of Eden was in the Middle East, I normally say they are wrong. The Garden of Eden was in Africa. You know, because they did not want it to be in Africa, they created something called the Middle East, but there is no Middle West. This is how they treat us. And I want therefore to submit to us on this occasion that the time is now for us to take that path. So going forward, my brothers and sisters, let us today say that the NRI spirit will remain alive. So let us leave here this afternoon. The NRI representatives from Liberia go back to Monrovia and tell the people in Monrovia that a journey has started in Abuja in Nigeria, and that journey is about an Africa that can do things for ourselves. Who are representatives who are from Lomé, Togo, go yonder into Lomé, Togo, and tell them that a journey has started. And those of you who are going to Liberia, go to that Monrovia and tell them that indeed there is a journey that has started. And those of you who are remaining here, courtesy of my good friend, Professor Clinton Brown Odiagbe, take a solemn vow. Today, if you had any doubt, my brother, Professor Clinton, kill the doubt. All the men and women who are assembled here are saying they are giving NRI a vote of confidence. When we give you that vote of confidence, remember that we have invested with our hearts, we have invested with our intellect. Don't let us down. Let it not be that in 10 years' time there is no NRI. Let it be that NRI will survive and our children's children will talk about NRI. La lucha continúa. La lucha continúa. Amanda. 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 NRI. Amanda. God bless you.
Are you just sitting down there and beginning? Let's raise our feet and give him an applause that is well deserved. Woo! Oh my goodness. I don't know, now I know the difference when some people pick the mic. Everybody listens. When some others pick the mic, you say, silence, 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 silence. Somebody is talking. So much verve, so much energy, so much passion, so much knowledge, without a script. Wow. You know, the speakers we have had today, honestly, this is value added. Without the tea, no tax. Please another round of applause for Professor PLO Lumumba, all the way from Kenya. And he's here just for NRI. He's just here for NRI. He said that the first